thousands, what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my bars on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
The sun is set in Chicago. The temps have dipped and will continue to do so. Jacket and blanket weather. It's that time of year at Soldier Field. Tonight we start Week 14 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They begin the drive with Hill. And some room. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 37 yards. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
Drop 50. Drop 50. Hurt.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Bears had 1-11 now on the year. They come in needing just to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And let's face it, everyone now, they're looking to the leaders, both in the locker room and the coaching staff and, of course, ownership, because they've got to get a clear understanding about how everyone feels. Because to me, you've got to focus on everyone in the locker room right now. That's what you're playing for. The future, it'll take care of itself.
Out of the gun now on third down. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. A third down gain of 19. They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties and better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Again, it's Hill. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Justice Hill, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this
Wilson, the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, left side. 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together. They've got a chance of coming out with a W.
First down, and it's Hill again. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. He'll look to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. But Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago and threw the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and he picked up the first down.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. They set up the screen to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting into their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. Down to about the 37. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Hill. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Back to throw now on first down. They find some open field here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. They'll set up a throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Come on.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
60 Eagles.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score Cowboys 27, Bears 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's Hill again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Dance, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Micah Parsons in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fourth down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem... Touchdown, Cowboys! A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Davion Taylor buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Check pass.
Looking to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Marcus Davenport able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 68 yards as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The busy night continues for Hill. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On play action, they'll throw. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Back to throw here. Incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 2nd down, Hill.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And out across midfield down to the 45. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On the counter, it's Hill.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 88 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Micah Parsons
able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. He'll look to throw.
Locates Mooney on the out route. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick me 4. That's my turn now to make the big.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Devontae Wyatt there for the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Back to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They're going to look to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back.
4th down and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise. But how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. McKinnon here, it's complete.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
122 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Over the middle, complete. That's Thompson. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it fourth down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Cowboys force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
Let's go now.
Now carry number 20 here for Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far. And it's cost them.
Here's Hill again on 2nd down. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. They'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this deep.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching and for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Bears are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They give it to Hill running right. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now it looks like he'll throw here. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great